What's going on? It's Justeeni here. Today, I've got to show you these incredible matches. These are some Bola matches on Tiny Lakes in the beta against the one, the only Ramdingler. Let's go. So let's just jump right into things. So first game, I get, I skip turn 0, of course, because it's bullet. And I go into the center right away, I will say. This was really stupid. And I'll kind of explain why. So why is this stupid? I mean, like, they can kick me off, but I should have actually known they could kick me off. And here's how. So a little bit of secrets unveiled about how to play bullet in general and just tiny maps in general. So you see that they have a lighthouse spawn because they have 515 points instead of 520. So that means they're either here, here, or here, something like that, right? Or no, right there. So it's one of these squares, but there actually is only one place they can be, and it is right here, up north. And why can they only be there? The reason why is because there's a secret rule that almost nobody knows about. For specifically tiny map generation, any quadrant-based maps, so that's going to be drylands, lakes, Archie, and Waterworld, capitals always generate with 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles between them. So that means a capital can be here, 1, 2, 3, 4, capital here. And notice that these are in straight lines. Has to generate like that, or diagonally, 1, 2, 3, 4, capital. And now you can see why the lighthouse spawn is so important, because guess what? This isn't a lighthouse spawn. This isn't a lighthouse spawn. This is a lighthouse spawn. So I know on turn 0 that they spawned north, right here. And you might be wondering, well, knowing that, why would you explore the center like this? And the reason why is because I'm an idiot. See, you can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't apply it correctly, then you're still gonna lose. That's Polytopia for you. I do get some retaliation, so at least I can get my hands on this village. So it's not the end of the world. Not yet. I go ahead and just smack the rider. I'm not holding the siege, there's no reason to. Find a ruin. And I delay capture here because I want to get farming pre-cap, which is kind of greedy, but I kind of have to play a little greedy here. So capture both of these. Train nothing. I actually kind of want them to siege my capital, because what I don't want them to do is siege this city, because I kind of want to keep it so I can get an explorer and defend myself. Unfortunately, not only do they siege, but they block my farm, which is like literally the most optimal thing you could do here. I get an explorer in this city, trying to just uncover some lighthouses. If I had this city, then I could have gotten an explorer here, and then maybe an explorer here to possibly uncover all the lighthouses, because I also got climbing just to improve my explorer. If I didn't, it wouldn't have gotten the lighthouse. But yeah, at least I get this ruin. But unfortunately, I know that they have 4 cities, because remember the capital, and then they've got the city here, this, and I only have 2 cities. It would take a miracle for me to win, and there is no miracle. So really fast game 1. Unfortunately, I lose, but we've got 2 more games to show, and things will get spicy. Trust me, if this game was kind of like boring, I just got steamrolled because I played terribly, don't worry. Don't worry. I'll cut to the next match. All right, so second game. This time I'm Kiku, so I passed turn 0. Now, where did Ramdingler spawn this time? So let's use that little secret trick again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here. Now, in this case, they didn't get a lighthouse spawn, so we can eliminate this, but they could be in either of these spots, so I need to play accordingly. Now, based on like how the map looked, I saw these shorelines here and assumed, oh, they're probably over here, but they could be here, and I have to play around both. But I'm able to narrow down pretty quickly where they're at. So, but then I find them, and now I know for certain they're on this side of the map. And I know exactly where their capital is now, which is really nice to know. I'm able to expand. I get my 2 suburbs because this is lakes. And then I play things safe here. I could have not trained a rider to go greedier. But I decide I don't need to do that. And then upgrades, 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 upgrades. And then I can explore, get some vision, just to see how many cities Ramdingler has to work with here, which it looks like he has 3 cities total. And again, I know it's 3 because his capital is here. He's got 2 other cities. There's no room for cities to spawn here because the capital is too close. So it's going to be a 3-on-3, even map. I get a strategy ruin, which is actually really nice. And it's really nice against these riders. I explore some. I get climbing here to uncover this lighthouse, which in retrospect, this might have been a misplay. Yes, it uncovers it a turn sooner, and I can also step on this mountain at some point, but it's a little expensive. So this kind of set me back a little bit, actually. Now they move forward because they don't have good vision here. And so they just give me free units. I find another ruin. And then I make a mistake here. I hit this rider with the warrior. Now, why is that a mistake, Justeeni? That seems perfectly logical. Well, the reason why it's a mistake is, well, it's a sequencing error. So I want to hit with this rider first and then kill with the warrior. Well, isn't the warrior going to die then? Yes. But if I hit with the warrior and then if I kill with the rider's going to die. And I'd rather have the warrior die. Because again, this rider kills, it's blocked by zone of control by this warrior. It can't escape the safety. So then I realized that, and I decided, well, I'm not going to trade my 10 HP rider for their 4 HP now. I'm not even going to kill their rider. So because of that sequencing error, I just miss out on an entire kill. And then I get a city wall here because I'm based like that. City wall is actually really nice here with the defenders. And so yeah, they capitalize on that. Kind of like getting away with a free rider that they shouldn't have had. And then Juggernaut, be a little cheeky. And I'm just having my fingers crossed, hopefully I get an Explore Ruin. Unfortunately, I don't. I get a Star Ruin. But this is probably the most critical point of the game. So I'm sitting cozy right now, but they're going to start to pressure me with archers, and they're going to get math soon. And I have 25 stars. I just opened a Star Ruin. What should I do here? I have so many options. I can go for cloaks. I can go for construction. I can go for math. I can go for archery. I can go for just roads. Chivalry. Navigation to get bombers. I have a lot of options, and in this moment, I've kind of had a bit of paralysis by analysis. But I'm really curious, what do you guys think is the right choice here? Because I talked with Ramdingler after this game, and it's really tough to figure out the right idea. So I'm curious what you guys think. But I'll show you what I did. So I get farming here with the idea of construction to get 2 more giants. Which seems pretty good on paper. 2 giants is pretty nice. Maybe I can compete with their super units, but in retrospect, they do have archers, which are pretty good against giants. So giants aren't exactly the be-all end-all here. And I spam out some more units. Now I actually could have burned this forest and then gone a giant, because burn forest... Or no, I don't have construction yet, but one reason why I did like construction is the burn forest is 3 stars. But yeah, next turn I can do that, which makes construction seem a little more appealing. Unfortunately, you'll see that construction was kind of just useless, I'm not gonna lie. Because now I'm starting to see a lot of pressure, and I really wish I had knights right about now. The city wall is absolutely clutching up because I still haven't gun sieged yet and lost. They have so many units, but they can't actually break through yet. And they still can't even break through next turn, but that is all gonna change. I get my construction, get a giant, hoping to play some defense with the giants, but what good is a giant against a bunch of ranged units? And they've got giants of their own. walking in. I just try and hold on. Unfortunately, it's just not it. I don't get the giant immediately because I want to get the giant push. But then the markets come down just to really seal the deal. And I pop the giant, but now it's just going to get taken out. So once again, kind of like the first game, my spawn wasn't even bad, like at all. It was a pretty good situation, and I kind of blew it. Which I'm not salty at all, actually. I kind of like being outplayed, and the reason why is because, well, it's rare for me to get the chance to play such good players, and I can't really take that for granted. And I'm happy to be outplayed. It means I can really learn something because I made a lot of mistakes here in this game. But man, it was a pretty interesting situation with the defenders and all that. But we've got one more game that's just absolutely bonkers, and you gotta watch it. So I'll go ahead and cut to that. All right, now final game. And once again, let's look at the score. They don't have a lighthouse spawn. And if we do the little trick again, 1, 2, 3, 4, they can't be here because it's a lighthouse spawn. So they can either be here or here. I'm kind of expecting them to be here. I see these deep water tiles. They could still be here, but I'm expecting them to be here. I have to keep both into account though. But I know that the north is completely free, so I'm just gonna walk there. Not only that, but I'm not gonna train a warrior because I want to save 2 stars. Why do I want to save 2 stars here? What could I possibly get next turn that I need 11 stars for? That's right. Philo Rush on a tiny map? Are you serious? Yes. Philo Rush on a tiny map. Let's go. And I make some warriors. Go towards this lighthouse. Get a vet sword ruin, which is actually pretty good here because I don't have a lot of units right now. I meet the opponent. Ramdingler. He's ready to Ramdingle, but is he ready for me to buy techs in the wrong order? Yeah, I bought mining before Philo. I realized after I bought mining, wait, I don't have philosophy. So I wasted 2 stars. But at least I get my altar piece down. And I can upgrade, and yeah, you can see why I got mining, because Smithery is insane here. Look at this city. It's got a level 3 forge spot. Remember, this is the beta, so you can place forges on forests. And of course I'm going to take advantage of that. I get a pop growth here, so I can develop nice and quick. Fishing, get that giant out, turn 9, so I can just take this village. Park of Fortune, border growth. And the reason why I get this border growth is I'm playing the long game. I see that we've got some water separation. I've got time. And of course, when I've got time, I decide to be stupidly greedy. And surely it won't go wrong this time, right? I can place a forge, and then there's a level 6 market spot. I have a level 6 market spot here after I place the forge here. And then in the city, well, I have the market spot there, but there's no market spot in the 3rd city. But I mean, if I've got 2 level 6 market spots, that's 12 star per turn on a tiny map. That's definitely enough. So I should kind of just win the game on the spot if I get that. And then I also get a mindbender. I see these archers. Good answer to archers is oddly enough mindbenders, because they can heal my giant. And so I'm just making sure they can't take this village. Organization plus support, getting my giant in the water to pressure that way. And yeah, I can just throw my giant in. I get riding because I want to get knights. So plus side with Phil being cheaper is you can do whatever you want. Let's get chivalry. Counter these archers. They have archers. Let's just buy techs because I can afford techs. And yeah, they kill my mindbender though, which is a crime against humanity. Never kill the beautiful and majestic mindbender. But I get Shiv pre-cap, disband a warrior. Now I get a knight on my capital where it's gonna be safe. Unfortunately, can't quite reach. These swords are doing a great job with zone of control. I get an explorer though. See what's up. I should have done that before moving the Juggernaut, but oh well. It is what it is. And I managed to get that Southern Lighthouse and just get beautiful vision. And see, they have a level 6 forge of their own. We're both going for that juicy smithery. for the insane forge spots for the content. And this game's not ending anytime soon. On turn 14, you can already see this is only starting to develop. This lake in the middle gave us a lot of time. And so we're both developing like crazy. I take out the sword now, get a mindbender so I can heal my units. Just kind of threatening with this knight. I get another mindbender. Reason why I get this is I see all these giants. I'm worried that they're going to put them in the water, rush my capital. What's a great answer to giants? That's right. Mindbenders, baby. I love mindbenders so much. If you guys couldn't tell. They're like probably my favorite unit. Although cloaks are also up there. I really just like the silly and goofy units. But yeah, we're getting another knight just to pressure. And now I get trade, turn 17, slam down that market, and I'm feeling good. How can we possibly lose from this position? 1 T4 star per turn, and it's only going to go up. We've got mindbenders healing everything. They can't break through. They can't move this juggernaut in. I've got the mindbender. I'm just going to tuck it back here. They can never siege my capital, because I will always unsiege with the mindbender. But then they get a cloak. And when we were playing live, I completely missed this. They have a cloak. This is a critical moment. What do I do against the cloak? And you might be thinking, oh, but Justeeni, you have markets. You got a market and you're about to get another one. Once you get forestry, you're going to be just having so many stars. How can you not get a cloak defense? That'd be ridiculous. I know, right? Like, but I go all in on the greed. Not noticing this cloak right away. I only notice it after it moves. Then I'm like, wait, they've got cloaks. And that can be a problem. But then on turn 19 I do this. And this looks like a great play at first. I'm chaining through their units. I'm getting a siege. I'm taking out this boat. What's wrong with this? This looks like an amazing play. How is this bad? Well, it's bad because I'm focusing on the wrong thing. Yes, I killed a bunch of units. Yes, I sieged their city, but I did not address the elephant in the room. The cloaks. And if I don't do anything about that, it does not matter what I do. My capital is getting cloaked every single turn, and it is not possible to stop a cloak chain when you only have 3 cities. The daggers are just going to keep coming. And it's not going to be a good time for me. It's going to be a great time for Ramdingler, though. So they're able to defend the siege. They have to commit a giant, which is pretty nice for me. And one more turn before the cloaks show up. And I'm just preparing for defense. I'm just hoping I can hold out. Because if I can hold out, maybe we can stabilize. I still have a ton of eco. And if I can just counterattack, then I'm in the clear. And I'm just winning. There's the first cloak, and that's pretty underwhelming. I can just chain through 3 of them. And I'm chilling. Now, someone that's smart might realize, well, you should only chain through 2 of them, and then mindbend the 3rd one. Unfortunately, I am not smart, and I chain through all 3 of them, because I see funny chain, and I decide to, funny chain. Don't be like me, guys. Play the game well. There's another cloak. This time they've got a quadism, so I can't actually deal with the daggers. I can't just chain through them. There's gonna be a problem. I get sailing ram and a quadism, so now I can try to defend on the water. I get another mindbender here, which is a little greedy. The idea is just to help heal this giant. I chain through here for some reason. I kill a single archer, which isn't worth it. And again, I'm getting chained by a lot of cloaks, but it's not overwhelming yet. But the issue is, do I actually have a solution for this? Because yeah, it's not losing me the game yet, but how am I going to win the game? And also, this bomber is a serious issue because it forces me to back up all my units, and I'm already in a bit of a tough spot. I mean, if we just want to see how many units are on the map at the end of my turn. So just at the end of my turn here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You know, like almost 20 units. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 units. But then they just make 5 more. And the issue is they're just going to keep doing that, and they just destroy like 5 of my units. So even though I have more eco, they've got the unit advantage. And if I can't deal with these daggers, their unit advantage is just going to keep on building. I keep trying to splash, just do as much crowd control as possible, healing this giant up so I can reuse it. Unfortunately, my giants are just going down. These daggers are way too fierce and ferocious. And I just can't deal with the cloaks. The way that you properly deal with this sort of situation when the cloaks are chaining on you, you gotta deal with the source. Right now I got some serious leaky pipes on my capital, and I gotta patch them up. But I gotta go to the source if I want to do that. I can put a bucket on my capital to keep all the water in that's dripping everywhere, but if I don't stop that initial source, then eventually the water's going to overflow and there's nothing I can do. And currently things are looking pretty bad. I get archery for that defense bonus, but they've got the knights. They can actually, if they want to, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they can already chain through my units. And I'm still getting cloaked like crazy. I have these giants, which I kind of put here as a distraction and also to kill this bomber, and they're doing that job pretty well. So I managed to take out one threat, but unfortunately, the cloaks are still here. I get a push for the content, though. Push for the content, massive tempo swing, right? I take an entire giant, but what is an entire giant to an army of cloaks? And once again, I have to say, massive shout out to Ramdingler for just playing phenomenally here. Absolutely stacking on the pressure. Another cloak. And I don't have any knights. I can't chain through any of this. And there's knights coming. I gotta mind bend all these. But unfortunately, as I mind bend all of these, it looks like such great value. But unfortunately, once again, under the pressure of the live timer, it looks like I'm so close to stabilizing. I can see where the cloak is. If I can start to splash around, maybe I can actually stabilize. You know, I've got so many units. And I kill one of their knights. I'm just holding on, but the problem is now I've already lost. And you can see one of the most brutal chains of my career. I see my army get wiped out, all of my mind benders single-handedly taken away, and my entire defense just gone, stripped away. Those mind benders were holding my position together single-handedly, and now I don't have any mind benders. And the cloaks are just going to continue to overwhelm me here. I play on for a bit, just maybe hoping there's something I can do. But unfortunately, the siege is devastating because I can't use my knight to help defend now. I get another knight and a sword. This giant is just getting absolutely obliterated. Another bomber. They chain in. Now, they could have used the sword here. This was, again, a live game. This was, like, one of the only misplays they even made this game. Like, absolutely insane. But it doesn't matter. Look at my capital. I get a juicy splash value for the content, but it doesn't matter. It's so over. They're sieging me one last time. And this isn't even breakable here. I can't get a giant push there. I can get one on my capital, though, using a temple, of course. But Now the markets show up on turn 31. I got my markets on turn 17. And then I lost the game 14 turns later. That's the power of cloaks. Cloaks, OP. No, they're actually a balanced unit, but it turns out if you don't defend against cloaks, you lose to cloaks. Who would have guessed? Again, massive shout out to Ramdingler. I'm going to link the stream in the description where we were playing these games because this was streamed. And I'm going to link Ramdingler's channel. Seriously, subscribe to him. He might be one of the GOATs of all time. Seriously, he's on another level. Like, if you guys think I'm actually good at the game for some reason, go watch Ramdingler, please. Like, this guy is insane in, like, a good way. Like, he's insanely good at Polytopia. But, yeah, I may have played 3 games and lost 0-3, but that may have been one of the greatest 3 losses I've had in a while. So seriously, thank you, Ramdingler, and hope you guys enjoyed. Like and sub, and have a good one.